shit. It's 1,000. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Shit, you coming? Spin the check and get it right back.
What's going on, guys? This your boy Eazyy TV bringing you guys another Division 2 video. Today I finally have the build that I've been telling you guys about. I have the Eagle Bearer, but I will say this: you do not need the Eagle Bearer to hit hard. You can use a P4. I will recommend a P416, a AK, military AK or AKM. You can use any assault rifle that you want to. For me, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Eagle Bearer because to me it's the best gun in the game right now from all other guns, and I actually have it and I want to showcase it. So without further ado, let's get into the build. All right, so as you guys can see, I tried to make this build at least 10 different ways, and I'm not even lying. 10 different ways. The only one that came to the best conclusion for me for the pieces that I had was this way. Now I had a build, I had a version that 110 armor, 310k armor, 120k health, but it was lacking in skill power, like real bad. So I'm like, you know, I can go that way. I can make more armor and, you know, make myself more tanky. But what are my heals going to look like? They're going to look like shit. So I was like, nah, that wasn't a good way to go. So another version that I saw that was that some of you guys might like, which I'm going to break down to you right now, is instead of running compensated on the gloves, which compensated give you weapon damage, 15% weapon damage when critical hit chance is below 20%, which this is. If you want like more weapon damage out of this build, what I would recommend you guys to do is I will recommend you guys to run weapon damage on the chest piece. So like one red, one blue, one yellow. So skill, power, armor, and weapon damage. So let me see if I got a piece like that. Like you can run something like this, or you can run this right here: armor, health, and weapon damage, unstoppable force. A lot of people don't think unstoppable force is good until they run into me with the builds that I run, and I run unstoppable force a lot. Unstoppable force is amazing, okay? It is amazing. So don't let nobody tell you, oh, unstoppable force, go unbreakable. Use what you want to, all right? I'm just showcasing this to y'all so you guys can, like, you know, can use it as a blueprint. So you would take compensated away and you would go with devastating. So you would go with devastating on the holster, which give you 5%, and then devastating on the gloves would get you an additional 5%. But without compensated, you'll be missing 10%. But you'll be able to run weapon damage on the chest piece. So if you have a high amount of weapon damage, go ahead and use that, and then you'll be able to use weapon damage on the backpack. The way that I made this build, I couldn't use that because I was going to be over the 3 cap. If you're over the 3 cap, you cannot use compensated. That's what holds this build back. So you have to build around the talents. And for me, it slaps 50k plus damage, base damage easily. And I'm gonna show you guys how you can climb up to that damage with this gun. And then I'm gonna also show you guys the damage that you get from a P416 with Optimus on it, Optimus and Allegro, and a AK that does the same thing. All right, so what I got on the mask is a DNH mask. It comes with skill, power, and cooldown reduction. The reason why I went with these two and not health, because it is a post build. I almost had it. I had it to 10 seconds, a 10-second post, but the way that I was making it and how it was going through my mind, I'm like, I can't, the pieces that I have, I can't put a lot of cooldown reduction on it because I need it for other stuff. So I had it at 10 seconds. Right now it's at 16 seconds, which is still not bad because you consistently have your pulse almost like Div 1. And then on top of that, you have on the ropes always proc. So you always have some type of damage buff from this build. All right, so we're running spotter on the mask. We got 8 yellows, as you guys can see. The chest piece It's a Fenris. You always want to do that Fenris because it does give you that 10% assault rifle damage. That has health on it, armor, and skill power. Now, to make this chest piece even better, even if you go my way on how I built it with the 2 blues and 1 yellow, you would go with the more armor. So more total armor, like total armor. I would go with more total armor. I would go with regular armor, like the 41,000 that you see. And then I would go with skill power and unstoppable force. All right. Now, if you could be lucky, you will also want harden, which I can't get it because obviously I already rolled for more armor. If you could get more lucky than what I am, you can go harden on the chest piece, and that would put you up to over 300k armor. But since I don't have that piece, I won't be able to do that until I get one. So now it has a defensive protocol stamina mod on this as well. Now I will say this, guys. I will put a link in the description from when I uploaded footage of this build before. I am going to re-upload some more new footage, but it's going to be for a second video. This one is going to be a little lengthy because I want to break down as much as possible so you guys can understand how this goes. All right. So now the DNH holster, it has accuracy and critical hit damage. Those really don't mean nothing. The accuracy is good, but the critical hit damage don't mean nothing because it's not a crit build. And then I have devastating on that with 733 skill power, and it has a utility slot. Now I needed a lot of this stuff because I was running utilities. With this game, man, you can't run. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not gonna be able to run a lot of armor, a lot of health, a lot of skill power, cooldown reduction, and high weapon damage in this game. Something has to suffer. And right now I got it scattered. That's something like I took a little bit of hit on the armor. And to be honest, I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. The health I can care less for. I don't care about 100k health, 200k health, because one thing that these content creators do not tell you guys is these ARs, like this Eagle Bearer, comes with 29% health to damage. So even if you got 120k health, it's 2 more bullets and you dead. So it actually doesn't matter. You only surviving with an extra few bullets doesn't mean anything. So I don't spec into it. If anything, I was spec into more armor, more skill power and stuff like that, and more weapon damage. But when it comes to health, I wouldn't even touch it. That's just my opinion. All right, so I'm running a Gilligard backpack. It has total armor on it, 9% total armor. It has skill power and 15,000 armor. Your backpack might be better than mine, so it'll actually make you more tanky. But I would advise you guys to go with a backpack like this. And if you don't want to go, you know, with the skill power and all that stuff, well, then go with weapon damage on the backpack. All right. And then that has self-adjusting, which also you can get hardened on the backpack as well. So if you're lucky, you can get hardened on the chest piece and the backpack, and then you want to run on the ropes. On the ropes, it give you weapon damage is increased by 25% while all skills are on cooldown. So with the pulse, you got the pulse, you got major damage from the pulse, and then right after that, you got your chem launcher. You drop 1 chem launcher, boom, on the ropes is there until your pulse come back. And then when that pulse come back, boom, you got more damage from that. So you consistently getting some type of damage buff from this build. And there's the mods for that. I don't think I showed you guys the mods for this one, but that's a utility mod right there. And then the gloves, like I said, it's another Gila. I will want to go with something else other than hazard protection, but I didn't have it. If anything, I will want to go with Alps to get more cooldown reduction to knock it back down to 10 seconds, a 10-second post, but I don't have it. Maybe you guys do. Or you can go with a one-piece Murakami, which give you 8% health. You can do either one of those, all right? And then that has health on it with assault rifle damage. You can either go with more health or you can go with cooldown reduction to skill power, your preference. The health, like I said, really didn't mean nothing. Don't mean a lot to me, but I don't have the pieces to roll for compensated and have assault rifle damage and then have like skill power or cooldown reduction. So I have to stick with this one. And then there's the mod for that. And then the knee pads, I had to go with a total skill power knee pads to be able to achieve what I wanted to do. Even though my goal was to get 300+K armor, I almost hit it, and it would have been phenomenal with this build because, like I said, I can care less about the health. I would have hit my damage, and then I would have had 300k health with almost you damn near at 2800 skill power. So you can run almost any mod that you want to. So I'm running One Piece Providence, give you 10% skill power. The attribute on it is 375% skill power. And then the talent is also 10% skill power. So it's a pure skill power knee pads. And then there's the mod that I have right there. You guys might have a better weapon mod, but that's the mod that I have right there for those knee pads. All right. So to the skills, the chem launcher, I'm actually repairing myself. So you got 91,000 heal. That's a lot. That's a lot of healing. So 91,000 healing for the armor. I'm able to run 46.5% heal, and then I'm able to run another 33.9. Now I'm not sure if you can get one. You probably can't get one higher than 33.9. I actually haven't got one. I wish I did have one, but if it can get to the 40s as well, I will actually, you know, go with that one. I will at least try to get myself, man. If you could with the mods to see if you can push 100k health, but I don't have the mods for that. All right, maybe you guys do. And then for the pulse, of course, like I told you guys, oh, I'm sorry, it's not 16, it's 12. So I was 4 seconds off. So this is a 12 second cooldown pulse. So you get that pulse back to back to back to back to back. So you always have a damage output. So it lasts for 10 seconds. And then I have 2 cooldown reduction mods because at a sense, I want my pulse to come back faster because my pulse it give me that Division 1 feel. My pulse is what's putting the damage on you, and there's nothing you can do about it because if I pulse you and you don't have a pulse, then it's, you know, you can't do anything. And to be honest, they don't have like a concealed pulse on here to knock off somebody's pulse. A lot of the times you don't see people wearing a pulse like that. Somebody told me that the meta is spotter, on the ropes, unstoppable force, what is it, devastating, compensated, all that stuff. And you guys already know I made builds way back before it even became a meta thing, and I always told people that I feel that this is the best way to make builds, and all of a sudden we're in this meta to where everybody is using it. All right, so I already had my LeBron build set up for that. All right, so as you guys can see, I want to break down the damage for you guys. You guys see this Eagle Bearer is at 22 weapon damage, and you're like, Eazy, that ain't a lot. I'm gonna show you why I love this build and why this is a sleeper build, because people think I actually, you know, that's my damage, and it's not. I'm like 10,000 more than that. So what the Eagle Bearer does is Eagle Strike accuracy increases as you continuously fires up to 100%. Headshot kills grant 100% reload speed plus 35% weapon damage, and the tenacity buff for 10 seconds. So you get a headshot kill, which is easy to get headshots, especially when you're fighting people that's ADS and or bots or whatever the case may be. You get that 35% weapon damage. All right, off top, that's one of the hardest, that's one of the best talents on the game, point blank period. All right, and then you have the strength of tenacity is increased by 1% for body shots and 5% for headshots. So the tenacity, it says 20 to 80% of damage is taken delayed until the buff expires. What the video that I got called a cheater, I think I was coming off of this, or I was in this mode. I think I was, or I end up getting it on him, and I face tanked him because I had Berserk, which gave me a lot of weapon damage on top of this. And then also this is almost in a sense like a nomad kind of feel, because you get delayed damage on you when you're using this weapon. All right, so it says 20 to 80% of damage is taken delayed. Is delayed until the buff expires. So as long as I got the tenacity perk, when that's on, I don't take a lot of damage. And that's a beast right there. And then you got protected fire. While holstered, gain 10% bonus armor while firing your current weapon. So it got all the mods right there. You can't really change these mods. It is what it is. All right. Now I will tell you guys, The secondary gun needs to be a gun that has overlap in the third slot. So it says, while holstered, your weapon equipped gains a handling bonus based on the weapon's type. So what happens is without this, as I'm gonna show you guys, the Eagle Bearer is a little jumpy. See the recoil, it just goes straight up. It's a little jumpy, right? But then when you go back and you put on this that has overlap, it's not as bad. See? It's easier to control. So you will want to run overlap. Some people say dialed in, but I would not get rid of my spotter for dialed in. That's just not what's going to happen. But I would recommend that you guys run overlap. All right. So you can run overlap with that, and then you should be fine with that. And then I'm gonna just show you guys the stats, and then we're gonna get into the damage breakdown. All right. So the only thing I'm not able to run is Ranger, but you got your Optimist, all that stuff. Weapon damage is basically 22,000. Crit chance is 10%. So we got the compensated. Damage to elites is not that much. But for my PvE people that see this build, I actually run this for PvE in level 3, in level 4, in Steel Shred. It's amazing. All right. So for the damage, you would want to see what kind of base weapon damage you have on red NPCs, because they don't have any armor bars. The white numbers is your base. The blue numbers is your armor. The orange or yellow numbers is your critical hit damage. And the red numbers is your headshot damage. So to be able to see what your base is, which on the gun is the white number that you see at 22K, you will want to shoot a red because it's nothing but white numbers. All right. So only what compensated, and you see that it was at 22K, is really not at 22K. So you at 26 right now. 26 on the base for this gun. So you gonna hit him again. 26. There we go. So I had to change my gun, as you guys can see. Like I told you, I hit 10 more K. So that was a blooper right there. I was like, hold on, that don't look right. All right, so compensated, I had to re-equip my gun and put it back on. So now everything is working. Like I said, you guys see it's at a 22K base. It's really at almost a 32K base. So with compensated, only compensated, as you guys can see, is at 3127. All right, we're gonna let Unstoppable Force go away, and I'm gonna show you guys that number again. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna add Unstoppable Force with compensated, so you guys can see that damage. I'm gonna just go step by step to the maximum amount of damage. All right, so like you guys see, 31,227. That's consistent. 31,227. All right. So basically almost 10,000 more than what you guys see here. So if you guys was to able to like spec into my build, you'd be like, oh, he only hitting for, nah, I'm actually hitting for 10 more thousand than that. And that's a big thing. All right. That is a big thing. All right. So now we're going to do Unstoppable Force with compensated. All right. All right, so this is Unstoppable Force with compensated. 35K. That's what Unstoppable Force and compensated. So your weapon damage is 35,000. So basically you're on par with damn near LMGs. You know, LMGs that got like that 37,000 and stuff like that, which I've seen higher than that, but this gun is almost on par with LMGs. So now we're gonna add in Unstoppable Force with compensated. I'm sorry about that. With compensated and the pulse. All right. So we're gonna do compensated, which is already there. We're gonna do unstoppable force, and then we're gonna use the pulse. All right. So now you're at 42K weapon damage. That's just from the pulse alone. That's just from the pulse, compensated, and on the ropes. 42K base damage for the AR. All right. So now I'm going to show you guys compensated, unstoppable force, and on the ropes. All right. So let's go ahead and get this down right here. We're going to use the pulse and then the chem launcher. We're going to wait until the pulse goes away. All right. You got on the ropes, that's 36K. And then on the ropes and unstoppable force, you're at 40K. So you lose a little damage, but you still have 40K base damage, even with on the ropes. Your bread and butter, the main maximum amount of damage that you get is from the pulse. All right. So to show you guys the 50K base that I was talking about, and I do these numbers a lot because I get a lot of headshot kills, even with NPCs, players, whatever you want to call it. One thing I will tell you guys, NPC and player numbers are different. You're not hitting 50K per bullet on a player. You have to go into the ODZ, really into the ODZ, and test out your numbers to see what you're actually doing. But always remember, the higher the weapon damage, the higher you're hitting somebody. So if your weapon damage is 50, 60K, oh, you shredding people. You shredding people. Point blank, period. All right. So to show you guys compensated pulse, tenacity from the BEARER, and unstoppable force, you're guys going to see the damage that I give out. So you want to get those headshot kills. Boom. All right, so we got both of those proc, and then we gonna pulse. And now, as you guys can see, 50K, almost 51K base damage. Almost 51K base damage. So I also want to show you guys that same combo, but I want to show you guys on the ropes with it as well. All right. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna pop that. We're gonna drop 2 of those so that pulse can go away. We're gonna pop unstoppable. What is this? All right, so it's there. All right, we got on the ropes. We got the headshot on the ropes and unstoppable force. You're at 47K. So you lose about 3,000 damage, but you're still at 47K base. And that's with the BEARER. All right. So this damn thing shreds. It's ridiculous. All right. Now, for my people who don't have the BEARER, I told you guys it's going to be a lengthy video because I want you guys to see everything that I'm doing. All right. So for my people that got the AK, P416, all that stuff, I'm going to show y'all what kind of damage y'all will be doing. And I have low rolls of those guns. So, you know, if you got a high base damage on those guns, man, then hey, you'll be hitting harder than what I'm doing right now. All right. So forget the BEARER. We're going to the P416, which is more realistic because a lot of you guys haven't did the raid. And by the way, if you guys have not did the raid, please check out some of these Division 2 forums. They actually, I've been browsing, and they actually are looking for a lot of people that make groups and stuff to do the raid. So if you guys are stuck doing the raid, not being able to do the raids, or don't have friends, man, look up these Division 2 forums. All right, so these are both set up for PvP already. I'm gonna show you guys what we're doing right now. So as you guys can see, right here at the P416 is at 18.5K, which is low. This is a low P416, but it's not really 18.5K. It's actually basically 26K. So like almost like another 9,000, almost 10,000. All right, 26K instead of 18K base damage. So if you got one that's already high in the 20s, when you use this, you probably gonna be like real high, like really, really high with this build. All right, so we want to do, I'm gonna show you guys what Optimus looks like. I'm gonna just do the last bullet. What Optimus look like with this build, because you know, the more you shoot out in the clip, the more damage you do over time with Optimus. So this is just only what compensated. That's at 31K. 31K that we just saw. Let me go into my last like 5 bullets. 31K is what we just saw for base with Optimus. 30, 31, 30. Yep, 31K for Optimus with this gun. All right, so now we're gonna do compensated unstoppable force in the post to show you guys what kind of damage that you guys are getting. All right, so I'm gonna do the last 5 bullets like I said, so you guys can look at the Optimus numbers, and then we're going to yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We're gonna do that, and then right here we're gonna kill, prop that, and then we're gonna pop that, and you're looking at 41K base. 41K base with a low damage P416. This is not a high damage P416. So 41K with that. And now with the AK, as you guys can see, the AK base is at 21K, and it's really not gonna be 21K. It's probably gonna be more like 31K or 30K. And as you guys can see, there you go, 30K, 3263. So you're at 30K base, and just remember, guys, this is with no weapon damage on the chest piece and no weapon damage on the backpack. So if you can get weapon damage on the chest piece and in the backpack and make this combo work, you're gonna be even hitting harder than what I'm doing. All right, so like I said, you got you basically at like 31K with this. All right, and that's just with the Optimus. Now let's get it down to the end piece, which it has Optimus on it as well, and then we're gonna look at that and see what that does. So that's at 35K. All right, so when you get down to like those last 15 to 10 bullets, you like 35K in. Look, 39K, 35K, 39, 35K. That's what Optimus. That's just what Optimus. That's only Optimus and compensated. That's not on the ropes. That's no post. That's no nothing. That's just only that. So now we're gonna do the post, Optimus, in this last little few bullets that we have. We're gonna do the post, Optimus, and we're going to do unstoppable force. All right, so like I said, 34K, not bad at all. So we're gonna go into our last little 4 bullets. We're gonna shoot, proc unstoppable force, hit the post, boom, 47K, almost 48K damage. Almost 48K damage, so damn near almost 50K damage from the AK. Not a bad build at all. I know this video is a little lengthy and I keep talking, but I want you guys to understand in depth on what I'm doing and what you're getting, because a lot of people don't do this. I want you to understand what your output is, what you're getting into, everything like that. All right, I want you guys to understand all that, man. And like I said, the heal, if I don't kill myself, the heals are not bad on this build at all. Which I just tried to kill myself, and that was a fail. Let's put on a frag, see if we can kill ourselves. Well, hold on, that didn't work. Concussion. All right. Oh well, I couldn't show it. That's bull, because it go up so fast. But as you guys can see, this is what I've been running. ODZ, Conflict, normalized DZ, light zone, level 3 control points, everything like that. This is the exact build that I have been using. So once again, if you want more damage out of this build, go with weapon damage on the chest piece, weapon damage on the backpack, but you have to be careful because if you do use compensated, you cannot go over that 3. But if you want more damage up out of it, which you're not going to get too much more damage out of it, you can go with devastating on the gloves and the holster, so you don't have to be stricken on compensating. And if you have the Eagle Bearer, you can put as much weapon damage as you can for the chest piece and backpack without having to use any talents. But if you're like 95% or 90% of the other people who have the AKs and the P416s and all these other weapons, and you're running Optimus, you cannot go over the 5. It has to be 5 or less. So if you're running this gun right here, you will go with 1 on the chest piece, weapon damage, 2 weapon damage on the chest piece. So that's 2 in total for 2 reds. And then you would go with maybe 3 offensive slot mods. So when you get those 3 offensive slot mods, you can put all your extra weapon damage, 5%, 6% weapon damage mods, and all that stuff on your gear, so you can push out as much damage as you can. All right. Hopefully this in-depth video break down the damage that I'm doing. I heard one person said they're doing 60K, man. That is fucking phenomenal, man. If you're doing 60K with an AK, man, that is kudos to you. But I know for a fact you suffering in something. All right. You're suffering in something. But I appreciate you guys watching the video. I am going to drop footage later on down in the week, put a whole, montage together for you guys with this specific build right here. I will leave the link in the description once again for basically this build, but it's a little bit more tweaked now, so you guys can look at the damage that I'm doing with the Eagle Bearer, even though this build is way stronger than that one, so you guys can get a sense of how this build works. But once again, like I said, I appreciate you guys for stopping by, and I'm out.